Hi, chat. Did you miss me? I'm back. Oh god, do I remember how to be a streamer? Chat, do I remember how to stream? Like, I hadn't streamed for a hot fucking minute before Twitchcon, and then I went to Twitchcon, and... Okay, first and foremost, I genuinely didn't plan to not stream, like, right before Twitchcon. I just got so busy. I need to fix my latest follower thing. I just got so busy doing, like, a million different fucking things. That every time I was like, oh, okay, like, I'm gonna stream, something else would happen, and then I would go work on that. Or I would be like, oh, I'm gonna... What the fuck? Is it making me log back in? Please hold. I'm trying to fix the thing. Or every time I think I would have, like, energy to stream, I would get home and I would be like, I don't want to do that. I want to, like, rest a little bit and then work on the stuff that I need to work on. So it was... Why is this not coming up? Okay, I can't fix it right now. I don't really care to. I was trying to fix the latest follower if you couldn't see. But I would come home and I would be like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stream, and then... Is this window open all weekend? I can't reach it, and I also can't stand up. This might be a problem. I can't stand up for, like, 2 reasons. One of which I'll talk about, the other one I won't talk about, so... Got it. What was my thought process? My hair, feels gross because I jumped in chlorinated water and then I didn't properly wash it. Sorry. I don't even think I should be live right now because I am still vastly overstimulated from the entire day, but I felt bad for not streaming, so I'm just gonna suffer. I'm gonna suffer. The rocks in my windowsill are preventing it from closing. Okay. Sorry. Let me get a little bit more settled real quick. Because Yuppitch is all over the place right now. Okay, we're gonna put that there. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna put that there. We're gonna put that... Okay, we're mostly settled. Okay, so fucking TwitchCon. Okay. Let's talk about the thing that we're meant to talk about. So sorry, I can't even like adjust myself without being in pain. We'll talk about that. That me being in pain is one of the first things that I have to talk about because it happened like day fucking one. So okay. So first and foremost, I went with Inky and Blue. So that was my group for the weekend, and then I like met up with other people and like joined and left groups here and there. I went out to San Diego on Thursday, and Ink and Blue drove out on Friday morning. I went out on Thursday because they didn't know what time they were going to get in on Friday. Honestly, we were thinking that it was going to be like 4 or something when we got in on Friday, and I saw that Rambu had a meet and greet on Friday morning, and I was like, do I want to pay $200 for a hotel room just for myself for the night of Thursday so I can get out to the con super early on Friday? Yeah, okay. So I got out on Thursday night. Ended up using the hotel room for the aesthetic to shoot some October stuff, so that was really fun. And then Ink goes, hey, we're going to be going like early Friday morning, so we're going to be driving out super early. We'll come get you from the hotel, then we'll come get you from your hotel, and then we'll go to the con. So I was like, great, cool, sounds like a fucking plan, my man. So Friday morning comes, I get ready at my hotel room. They like got ready at Ink's house, and then started driving. So they were up way earlier than I was, I think. I got up like 5:30, I think, that morning. Day one, I went as character Bucky. So I had the sirens, the siren eye contacts, the scales, the wig, the hat, the whole fit. You can look at Twitter, it's up there right now. You can look at Twitter and stuff, and I'll be posting pictures. So around like 7 or whatever, Ink calls me and goes, hey, like we're outside the hotel, come down. And I'm like, okay, great. So I grab all my shit. Mind you, I have a carry-on suitcase that rolls. Well, that's cool. I have a carry-on suitcase. I have a messenger bag that was like low-key really stuffed, mainly because of my fucking hat. The hat like sticks out the messenger bag, so I have it like zipped up in safety pins so it doesn't open, and it did okay. Actually, no, it didn't. Let me rewind. It did good for the trip. And then I have my backpack, and then I was carrying, it's a wrestling bag. It has a it's a wrestling bag, but I was carrying it this way out, so it was just a plain bag to match all my cosplays. And I was carrying this. So I have 4 bags, one of which is really small, and one of which is on wheels. I'm managing all of that in my full cosplay. And I don't know if anybody has seen the boots that I wear for character Bucky. They have heels on them. They're not like heels, but they are a heeled boot. Which, mind you, I can walk perfectly fine in them. I took the train and like a bus and like walked around platforms in them. So like I was fine. But the stairs were wooden. So they were glossed with like a paint or whatever. I walked out. I see the car. I look at the car. The car drives out of the parking lot to come to a closer parking lot. And I think, cool. As they're driving away to come to the closer parking lot, I step down on the stair. And my foot, I step down and my foot just right out from underneath me. I hit the stairs. I don't know if I like hit the back of one stair and like slid and like sat, or if I just hit on like, I essentially sat down very forcefully. I just thunk. And I sat there for a hot minute just being like, I'm in pain. I need to get up though because they're coming to pick me up. I need to get up. So we're going to flashback a little bit. Almost 10 years ago, when I was 13, I jumped off of a roof onto a table. The jump itself wasn't a very far jump. The jump itself was pretty okay. I jump. I landed. I landed perfectly fine. Is this just cardboard? Can I pick this up? Yes. I land perfectly fine, but the table wasn't balanced. So here's the table. Sorry, I don't know how to be a streamer anymore. This camera's off center, that's why. Here's the table. I land. The table unbalances, so it smacks into me, and I slide down it. For 10 years, I have dealt with pain in my, like, lower back, basically my tailbone area. If I sit down for too long, if I hit it, or, like, anything like that, I'll deal with pain. Day fucking 1 of con, I smacked the absolute shit out of my tailbone. And I was in pain for all 3 days of con, and I am still in pain right now. Day 1 was obviously the worst. But, like, every time I, like, went to, like, move to sit down, it would hurt. Every time I went to stand up, it would hurt even more, depending on, like, how long I was sitting down. If I'm sitting down and I, like, go to, like, adjust myself to sit differently, it hurts. So, like, getting in and out of the car, sitting on the floor, in the con, and then standing up, I was in pain that entire... I am in pain still right now. The hotel we were staying at had a jacuzzi, so me and Blue, each night that we were, like, at that hotel, went downstairs to go, like, soak in the hot water. We were becoming soup because we were both just in pain. More of the story is don't do stupid shit, and then maybe you won't be in as much pain if you accidentally hurt yourself. So that happens right off the fucking bat. I'm not even at the convention center and I'm hurt. We get to the convention center. We line up. So we go through badge pickup. We line up, this, that, the other. Everything's going fine. We're there before it actually opens. And then we're like, what time does the meet and greet lines, like, line up? Oh, 9:30? The doors open at 9? Okay, so we're basically rushing. We are rushing to get to the meet and greet area. Okay, where's the meet and greet area? We're pulling up maps. We're working it out. We get it. We get to the meet and greet area. We get in line. Blue and Ink wanted to go see George, Sapnap, and Carl. I think they were all, like... I think it was one line for all 3 of them. Don't quote me on that. You'd have to ask Blue. I went to go meet Rambu. Because I saw that's... I spent $200 on a fucking hotel and, like, $30 on a train ticket just to try to, like, meet Rambu. I went to go see Rambu. I was 2 people away from the cutoff at the end of the line. I get in line. I squish in real tight. I make friends with the person in front of me real fast. I'm like, hi, I'm sorry. I'm just going to step real close to you because I don't want to get cut. She's like, no, you're good. Or they're like, no, you're good. And I was like, great, cool. 2 more people get in line behind me. Lines cut off and they take people to standby. They take people to the standby line and I look at it and I look at the line and I'm like, oh my god. I, like, barely fucking made it. And then the fun begins. I genuinely have no idea what happened that first day. I ate breakfast. I drank water, which I never fucking do. I ate breakfast. I drank water. I got, like, a decent amount of sleep. I was sitting in line waiting for Rambu. And then all of a sudden, I felt really nauseous. I felt like I was gonna faint. I was shaky. I sat down on the ground, put my head in my hands, and closed my eyes. I was having a battle of willpower to not faint. Because I've only ever fainted twice. Twice without reason. So I have fainted technically 4 times, but the 2 of the times was, like, right after I gave blood. So, like, I was low on blood. I fainted. The other time was right, like 3 or 4 hours after I got my Unisana tattoo done. Which is weird because, like, I got my tattoo done. I was feeling fine during the tattoo. I came home, I ate this, that, the other. And then, like, 3 or 4 hours later, I was feeling really faint, so I went to go get water. And then I ended up, like, sitting down on the kitchen counter and then fucking passing out. And then I can't remember the circumstances of the other time. But I was struggling. I was like, if I faint in the Rambu line, I'm not going to meet Rambu. I'm just repeating this in my head. If I faint in the Rambu line, I'm not going to be able to meet Rambu. I'm not fainting in the Rambu line. Bucky, you didn't spend $200 on this. Let me get my phone because I want to shout them out and I don't want to get their name wrong. So I think the way you pronounce it is Salk. It's SAWLKO. So SAWLK offline is their at on Twitter. Aaron or Theo. Probably? Yes, I think so. I'm sorry, I'm reading the bio. I'm pretty sure she said Aaron. Was one of the people who was behind me. She was so sweet when I kind of like looked up and was like finally like regaining my because I think the line moved a little bit, so I moved up and then I sat back down. She was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm okay. I'm sitting here and like I have a little bit of a headache." I figured that was because of the wig. And I was like, I just have like a little bit of headache. I don't really feel all that great, but like I'm doing like okay. Like I think I'm gonna be fine. She's like, okay, like if you need anything, like let me know. Like I'll help you. And I was like, thank you. She was so sweet. She's like, you're sure you're okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm not getting out of line. I'm not missing my chance here. So I'm struggle busing it for like the first half of the line, and then once I get to like the midpoint area, I'm back on my feet. I still feel like I'm swaying, and I still feel kind of like dizzy. But I'm back on my feet at the very minimum. And I don't know what clicked in my head, but I was like, I have Jolly Ranchers in my bag. I have Jolly Ranchers. I'm gonna eat a Jolly Rancher. I'm gonna eat a Jolly Rancher and it's gonna fix all of my problems. Yeah, I'm gonna eat a Jolly Rancher. It's gonna fix everything. So I ate a Jolly Rancher. And I placeboed. I gaslit the shit out of myself. I gaslit myself into thinking that Jolly Rancher was going to fix my problems, and then I felt better afterwards. So, I'm not, like, diabetic. It wasn't a sugar thing. It wasn't anything like that. I don't know what it was. Because, like, usually I don't eat breakfast in the morning, or I eat, like, a very, like, light breakfast. But, like, if I know I'm going to be doing stuff, like, I make sure, like, I eat. I ate, I drank water. I don't know what the problem was. So I gaslit myself into thinking that I felt miraculously fine with the Jolly Rancher, and it worked. I met Rambu. I met Rambu. I got his signature on my badge, except you probably can't see it. I gave him the gold Sharpie, or it's like a coppery color. I gave him that Sharpie because of his crown, and it faded. There you go, you can see it there. It faded so badly that, like, by, like, day 2, I had to, like, tell creators if I was getting it signed. Like, if I saw them, like, going towards that area, I had to be like, Rambu's right there, please don't sign over him. I have a funny interaction about that. But I got my badge signed, and it's really faded, and I'm, like, mildly upset about it, but it is what it is. Because I also got... come, please. I also got his signature on this. Which is really cool. I pulled it out in line when I was, like, getting ready to go sign everything. And somebody was like, are those, like, the OG Rambu stickers? And I was like, yeah, I got them. And I have, like, the OG shirt, too, that I just didn't bring because I was in cosplay. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, that's so cool because, you know, like, I don't think he sells them anymore, and he hasn't made stickers again. And I was like, yeah, it really is cool. And I'm, like, really happy that I got some of, like, the, like, OG merch. So that was cool. So I have a signature on that. I didn't give him personally because he had a staff member go around and collect everybody's gifts because he was afraid that he maybe wouldn't get to everybody. I need to stand up to adjust my seat because I can feel it sinking, but I know if I try to stand up, I'm going to look like an old fucking man. That was my joke the entire... Oh, fuck. Actually, hold on. Sorry, I need to, like... I need to stand up, but, like, the joke that I was making the entire con was, like, I'm an old fucking man right now. Because every time I go to stand up, I'm, like, holding, like, 3 different supports, like, struggling to, like, stand. And, like, I don't technically need to stand. I just need to, like, lift myself up and pull the lever to put the chair back up. But I don't even know if I have, like, the support to be able to do that right now. Or, like, the strength to do that right now. I'm hurt, and I have to go to work tomorrow. I can't call out tomorrow, because if I call out tomorrow, they're gonna look at me and be like, oh no, like, you requested days off to go, and we all know that you went to, like, a con. Well, most of the people know I went to a con. The ETLs don't, but, they're gonna think it's, like, something to do with the, like, the Twitchcon. Or like oh, you're just tired, you did it to yourself, this, that, the other. Which is true, I am tired. But I am genuinely injured. I should take some Advil. I have Advil in front of me. Hell yeah. He had a staff member go around and collect everybody's gifts, just in case he wasn't able to meet them. I wrote him a letter, and I essentially told him, I was like, I don't know what to really tell you, because everything I wanted to tell you, I told you the last time I wrote you a letter and gave you a gift, which was VidCon. I told him, I was like, I told him a couple things, but I told him, I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember, and honestly, if you don't, like, I totally get it. You probably read like 100,000 fucking letters. But the last time I wrote you a letter, I was talking about a horror audio drama project that I was working on, and I was really excited about it, and it was partly inspired by Jen Loss. And I was like, well, I'm really happy to say that like that came out on the 1st, and like episode 2 came out the Saturday of Twitchcon, so like yesterday. And I talked about that a little bit, and I gave him a keychain that was like an ender eye, and then it had some purple beads on it for the particles for chat. So that was really cool. I went to go meet Rambu. What happened? Hold on, let me look at my Twitter thread so I know like vaguely what happened. There will be vlogs coming out. There'll be vlogs coming out on my channel. But I also wanted to like go live and like talk about it, so that you can hear like the actual ramblings of it instead of like a put together thing. I ran into Olive sleepy. Olive gave me a little baby, and then I promptly lost him. I named it Scrimblow, and it was so cute, and I loved him. And then I looked in my bag, and he wasn't there, and I was like, huh? Like, did I misplace him? I looked around, and maybe I'll find him when I'm, like, unpacking everything, but as far as I looked, Scrimblow's gone. I saw Olive again today, and I went up to her, and I was like, because we were talking and, like, getting signatures for the person, I went up to her, I was like, I'm so sorry. And she looked concerned for a second, because I started my sentence with, I'm so sorry, and I was like, I lost Scrimblow. And I do not know if she remembered the name. Sorry, no, Olive goes by they, them pronouns, don't they? They, them, or any all. Let me see if I can rework they into my... They looked so concerned because I walked up to them and I started my sentence off with, I'm so sorry. I don't know if they remembered me because I was in different cosplays all day, or each day. I don't know if they remembered me or if they remembered the name Scrimblow, but I was like, I lost Scrimblow. And they go, how could you? And I was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know where you went. We had that fun little moment, and that was cool. Should I show pictures? I don't know if they'll focus. First off, I looked hot as fuck in Canon Bucky cosplay. Like, the mask covering up most of my facial features, I think, is what sold me on it. But I looked hot as fuck. So that's me and Rambu. It's a screenshot of a video because I took a video of the entire thing that's playing out loud right now. And then Olive and a coin that I gave them. Okay, so then me, Ink, and Blue go to the artist alley, and we're walking around the artist alley, and I will talk about the artist alley after I talk about all 3 days, because I spent so much money. I love, like, getting art and stuff. I spent so much money. So we go to the artist alley. I stop and I turn around and I'm looking at a poster and I'm admiring, like, this booth. I'm like, okay. I turned around. I was turned around for maybe like 15 seconds. I turned back around. Blue and Ink are getting interviewed by Sneak. And I turned back around, and I didn't mean to like steal the spotlight or like do anything like that. But I turned back around, and my first initial reaction was just to be like, and really loud too. I was kind of yelling the entire day because that mask felt heavy on my face, so I felt like I was muffled, so I had to yell. I didn't actually have to yell, but I was yelling most of the day. I turned around and go, I turned around for 3 seconds. What the fuck happened? Or something along the line. She's kind of like really loud, like what the fuck? And Sneak like looks at me and and just kind of like what did you expect? Like what happened? Whatever. So I joined the group and we're all talking. I don't remember. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't remember a lot of what we talked about because it was just like a surreal experience. I hope I can find the video. I really hope I can find the video. Or like the live stream or whatever the fuck. But he did ask. He was like, "So did you guys meet your favorite white boy?" And Blue and Ink go, "No, like we didn't." And we got the cut off, and I was like, "I met my favorite." I was like, "I met my favorite white boy." I was like just in the cutoff. He's like, "Oh well, that's cool. That's cool." I gave him. We got signatures. I got signatures and I got a photo. I think. I honestly don't remember if I got a photo. But I got a signature, so that is what it is. If I didn't get one, I was trying to get the other. It was either a photo or like a signature. It was one or the other. But I gave him one of the coins that I was passing out because you know doubloons. They're my channel point. I'm a pirate. Fuck with it. I gave him one of the coins. He goes, "Oh, what's this?" I was like, "Just take it. It's yours." Turns the camera, goes, "I got a doubloon," and then. Blue gives him one of the tiny little Minecraft sword keychains that they were giving out. You can probably see it on my Rombu in my Rombu picture. I have it on my belt. And then they proceeded to have a sword fight because Blue was holding like a foam Minecraft sword. So they proceeded to have a sword fight, and that was cool. That was like a really awesome experience, just to like talk with Sneak. I ran into Hey Sherbert, Athena, and Willow. Got a picture of them. Then we, at that point, were like meeting up. I don't know what this was for. Like what the booth was or anything. But I saw a play doctor dude. And I was like, I want a picture. So Ink took the picture. And I was like, I love like the whole outfit, and he just kind of like looks down like, I was like, I love your commitment to the character, man. So that was really cool. I think we just kind of like walked around and did stuff then. I think ended up separating because I wanted to go do something, and the other like, basically like group of like 4 or 5 at this point wanted to go do something else, so I left Ink and Blue with that group, and I was like, I want to go do this, so like we'll keep in touch, you know, call me if you need me. Ran off. I forget like the actual like order that this things happened in. I think the first thing that happened was, first off, I ran into there were so many amazing drag queens just walking around. Chef's kiss. Fucking love them. I ran into 2 people that I kept running into, and I was like, can I grab a picture real quick? I love the whole fit. And I went to go see the drag showcase. I loved the drag showcase. It was amazing. Chef's kiss. I have so much respect for drag queens and kings, and I don't know what the other one, like drag royalty. I went to go see my first drag show when I was in Seattle, and then when I heard that they were doing one at Twitch, I was like, I'm fucking going. I want to go see it. Got pretty decent seats too. I think, okay. Throughout the day, ran into Nikki once, but she seemed like really overwhelmed and like wanted to walk away. So I just like, I whipped out the like gift that I had for her, and I was like, I don't want a picture, I don't want a signature, I just want to hand this to you, like, that's all. Wrote her a really sweet letter, and I made her a little fairy keychain that I was originally going to be handing out when I was in Link, but the keychains didn't work out, and then by the time I figured out, like, a better solution for them, it was too late for me to, like, really make any. So I gave out Jolly Ranchers as rupees instead. But I made her a fairy keychain with, like, the updated method. And I was like, just take that. That's all. I ran into Filza randomly. Got a picture. So it was Filza, Jack, and Mumza. got a picture, no signatures, but got a picture, gave Philza his thing. His keychain was a crow feather with white and green beads. So that was that gift. And then I think we're caught back up to where I was talking to. So I went to go see the drag showcase, and then after the drag showcase, I'm walking around trying to like figure out where ink is and like what's the game plan. And then I just see long dark hair, really tall, white. And I look over. I'm like, oh, okay. And then the sun beams down, and it's radiant. And I look back over. I'm like, oh, okay, the sun beams down. I look back over. It's fucking Foolish. I legitimately had to do a double take when I saw Foolish. I was like, oh, okay, just random. What? You. I'm double checking to see whether or not. Oh, I also got Sherbert, Hannah. Yes, Hannah, but no. Sherbert, Will, Hey, and Athena's signatures. I'm trying to look to see if I got Foolish's. And I don't think I did. I think he was busy. Or he was, like, in the process of walking. So I was like, can I just snap a quick picture and then, like, be on my way? And he was like, yeah, just real quick. And I was like, perfect. That's literally all I want. Let's get the picture of that. And then I ran into Nikki again. She was at the Lego building thing. And I, like, looked over and I was like, is that Nikki? I think that's Nikki. Okay, well, she's building. I don't want to bother her. So I kind of just, like, hovered in the area very awkwardly. And then when she started walking again, I was like, okay, now I'm going to approach you instead of, like, walking up to you at the booth. I think... Sorry, I can't... Oh, yeah. I got Ink's... No. I got, Nikki's signature and then a picture. And then right at the end, when we were pretty much, like, on our way out, we were, like, literally, like, leaving the building, like, getting ready to leave, run into Purpled. Purple's having his own little unofficial meet and greet. People are lining up really orderly. Got his signature. So that was really cool. So that was, like, the people in the walking around thing. Let me talk about the Dream SMP panel real briefly. So I'm sure most of you have seen the threads about the Dream SMP panel already. Violence. It wasn't hosted in an appropriately sized room. There was a mob of people that people got hurt in. People who were disabled were getting pushed around, slammed into. There was a line that, like, basically didn't even get in because the mob crowd rushed it. And mind you, people were trying to line up early for it, and staff came over and told... We were trying to, like, line up at, like... We were trying to, like, line up, like, 2 hours early or whatever. Staff came over and was like, if you think you're in line for the Dream SMP panel, you aren't. Not, like, to us, like, directly to her face, but, like, shouting it, calling out to everybody. She was like, if you think you're in line for the Dream SMP panel, you aren't. So we dispersed, and we came back. And by the time we came back, it was fucking filled. I'm gonna mention it very briefly, and then we're gonna move on. The person who had the shirt, I'm not going to specify any further. I am legitimately both furious and disappointed in that person. I cannot believe you. The people in the panel in general seems to be a very bad representation of the fan base. And that's not to say everybody in the panel was, but it seemed like a very good majority of it was a bad representation of the fan base. And that's all I'm going to talk about it. Twitchcon in and of itself, day one, was an absolute fucking train wreck. People were, they were super disorganized. Very disorganized. They outright admitted that they didn't know how many people were going to show up to the panel. They didn't do an ounce of fucking research. They didn't do an ounce of line control. Everybody was super unhelpful. there's threads. You can go read the threads. Day 2 seemed better. They were doing much better with the lines. It seemed they were doing better. They made a step up. Good for them. I will acknowledge and give credit where credit is due. Day 2. Sorry, I'm readjusting and fucking dying again. Day 2. I want to sit on my foot, but I don't know if I have the strength to get my foot underneath me. Oof, okay. Day 2, I am in Sapnap cosplay. Blue is doing Quackity and Ink is doing Carl. We are the fiancés. The amount of people who asked, oh, have you met them in our cosplays yet? And us having to be like, nah. Like, fucking Quackity is barely sighted. Sapnap hasn't been out. Carl's been out the most, but we haven't run into him. Sorry, I'm in pain. I really am struggling busting right now. So, day 2. Let me scroll up. Let's see what happened to... Okay. Day 2. I forgot what we were trying to do right off the bat. Oh, the food beast, I think, is what was right off the bat. I think that's what it was. Pretty sure that's what it was. So we get there and we're in the con, and I forget how exactly it happens, but Blue gets separated from the group and basically goes, I'm gonna go ahead and go get in line. Like, I'm gonna go get in line. And so me and Ink go, okay, sure. I forgot what happened. I don't remember, like, why there was a separation, but there was. We go, okay, great. And then we go and we get, we got breakfast, basically. We picked up breakfast for Blue and for us. We were standing in the line for the Starbucks, and fucking CG5 walked by. I saw CG5, like, 10 fucking times throughout the con. Day 1, I was seeing him here and there, just randomly everywhere. Day 2 starts off, literally was seeing him walk by the Starbucks. Ran into a super cool Reviver cosplayer who was coming over to ask us the picture, and then we were like called out and we're like, hey, can we get a picture? So we got pictures together. There is Elliot. So basically Elliot beat Teller, but there's only one T between the two. This is all on Twitter. You can go look. So that was cool. And then their Sam cosplay, chef's fucking kiss. Me and Ink are walking down the line to go meet up with Blue, and I see, we're holding our Starbucks. I see association time. And I see the cosplayers, and I'm like, I love that. I give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back. And I literally like went and sat down myself, and I like came running back over. Like, can I get a picture? We sat for the panel. I love this picture, unironically. That picture's so cute to me. I fucking love that picture. We sat for the panel. The panel was fun. And then I went to go see, so we separated again because I wanted to go watch Dervicat perform. So I went to the Dervicat concert, ran into Carmen. I said hi here and there to Carmen throughout the days, but ran into Carmen. Finally got like a proper picture with Carmen. CG5 was at the concert. I should have expected it, but CG5 was at the concert. So I finally decided, after seeing you a million times throughout the con, I should get your picture and have you sign my badge. And then Dervicat announced, she's like, I'm gonna be doing super. Sorry, I thought I heard knocking on my door, but if it was my dad, he would just walk in. She's like, I'm gonna do a little meet and greet. So I got in line for the meet and greet, took the video, did the video was fun. She was giving out these It's just so fucking sweet. I got one. Oh, Blue came over and talked to me briefly during the concert, and was like, "Hey, can you get me like her?" I think Blue was there when she was announcing the cards. She's like, "Can you get?" They were like, "Can you get me those?" And I said, "Sure." So I got one for Ink and I got one for Blue. And so it was her mom who was passing it out, Derva Cat's mom. Who was passing them out, and when she walked by me, I was like, is it possible for me to get 3? If not, then I understand, but can I get 3? And she was like, oh yes, of course, take however many, Cat has a bunch. And I should have asked for 4, because like while I was standing there in line, I was like, I want to give one to my girlfriend, so I'm gonna give this one to I'm going to give this one to Spider. And then I also had Derva Cat say hi to Spider on video. But I have Cat's signature on my badge somewhere. How does her signature look? Alright, so fun fact, it's either that one or that one. Oh no, man. I think it's this one. So I have this signature, I have a picture, so that's all cool. So that was fun. Went and saw the concert. And then I'm like walking around, just like chilling. Went back to Artist Alley a millionth time. Run into Saikuno. Saikuno's just kind of standing there, and like there's a couple people around him, but he's just kind of standing there. Homie stands like an NPC. Like slash pause, but homie stands like an NPC. He signed it somewhere, I thought. Maybe not. Oh, I could have sworn he did, though. Am I dumb? No. I think that might be his. I'm not sure. That was fun. Randomly ran into Boomer like a handful of times. I don't remember if I don't think I got a picture with Boomer. Not that I know of. I'll have to like I'll go through my camera roll today and like post all the pictures that I haven't posted yet. But we kept seeing Boomer around. Got Boomer's signature. That was fun. And I think that's more or less all of TwitchCon Day 2. Let me check the thread. Saw FMA characters. So I went to go watch the cosplay panel Day 2. Because I was like, I didn't get in. That sad boohoo cry. But at the same time, I was like, I am still going to go support them. Because some of those people on stage were people who popped into my live streams when I was live streaming my progress and gave me support and hung out and chatted with me. So I was like, we may not have like a personal connection or anything, but some of those people supported me. So like, let me go support them in a way. I had no fucking chance in hell of qualifying for the contest. I have some footage of it. The people on that stage, fucking masters of their crafts. Though their cosplays were so good. They weren't all characters I recognized, but like, they were amazing. I had no shot getting in. But now that I know how they look and what they're looking for next year. And also, now that I have a head start, I can actually properly enter into a category that I'm good at. So I was trying to enter into the needlework category. I'm not a needlework person. What I am is a armor and FX person. so I can actually work in something in my own skill house. So I have plans to try to do something for TwitchCon next year. Although, okay, so TwitchCon was a shit show, but I'm really hoping that, like, if there's one next year, it'll be better. They'll have learned, perhaps. So I'm gonna try to enter next year. We'll see. Because the thing is people keep asking me, they're like, oh, are you going to go to VidCon? Or like, oh, are you going to TwitchCon next year? Or like, oh, are you doing this? Are you doing that? And I have to keep telling them, I'm like, I don't know. I might be in Nebraska early next year. I don't want to make plans or like get my hopes up for something and then like be halfway across the country and not be able to afford to come back to it. You know? So we'll see. I also, I know, I'm gonna sound really fucking stupid right now, because I just said that I spent $200 for, it wasn't 200, it was like, no, it was like 170, $200 basically, because $30 for the train ticket. I like just said that I spent like $200 to go see Assure seeing Rambu, and like I had tickets to TwitchCon obviously, but like I have not been doing great like financially, and that's like my own, like, it is 100% like my own fault. So I really don't know if I even have like the money to be able to put together a cosplay within time of like the deadline date or whatever, but that's all like future stuff. So I went to go see the cosplay contest. I had no shot in hell of getting in, but everybody who did get in was super amazing. I think I got like a heat rash or something from the wig cap, because that was like a permanent indentation by day one. I don't know, because the fucking, the blue wig wasn't all that like tight on my head or anything, but like it hurt in that point, and I like lifted up my wig a little bit and like gave myself a break. But I didn't notice it day one, but after I took off Sapnap's wig, I noticed it, and there's like a little bit of a red marking on this side too. But I think it's like a heat rash or something or other. I've never had that happen before, but I've been in wigs that long though. Have I? Yeah, because like ColossalCon I was in a wig that long. And Anime Expo and VidCon. I've never had that happen. I don't know what the fuck happened. But to top it off, when we were waiting to like pretty much wrap up and go home, we saw a super awesome Mumza, a super awesome Filza, a Dream XD, and then a George HD. And we all got like a really big picture. A really big picture together, and that was fun. So we were sitting there, we were talking with them, and it was cool. Move on to day 3. So day 3 is going to be really disorganized because I haven't posted the thread yet. So, and like I know it just happened, but like bold of you to assume I know what happened at any given point in time of day. Day 3. We get up, we go, I get in line to go see Sniff. I was thinking maybe Jack or Sam, but I was dressed as Breath of the Wild's Link, and I was like, Sniff would appreciate this. So I get in line and I go see Sniff, and I get in line for Sniff. Good thing I chose Sniff, because Jack's line and Sam's line cut off. So I got in line for Sniff. And then Ink and Blue were going to go see about a panel. The panel didn't, like, work out, so they got in line. And then they ended up getting in line and seeing Sniff, too, so that was cool. I walked up to Sniff, and Sniff goes, oh, I love your cosplay. I love your Zelda cosplay. And I looked at Sniff, and I go, not you, too. Because I had already gotten Zelda. I had already gotten called Zelda. And Sniff was like, wait, no, it's not Zelda, it's Link. And they go and like make like a show. They make like a show of like hiding behind the chair, and I'm like, not you two. I can't believe this. I gave Sniff a coin, cause you know, Buccaneers face. I gave Sniff a coin, and then I told Sniff, I was like, nobody's able to do this, but I feel like you can do this. I have confidence in you. And the thing is to do it's like a pinky promise. You put your heart and you do this, but with another person. So we did that. That was cute. We got a picture. Woo! Badge signed. So I give my badge to Sniff, and Sniff like goes to sign, and then like realizes, where is Sniff's? Oh, realizes that Rambu's name's right there, and like moves down and like goes like oh, like we know Rambu's right there. Like, why is it so faded? I was like, yeah, it's so faded. I was like, oh, it's because it's in metallic. Like, I made the mistake of giving him a metallic Sharpie. And Sniff goes, so I handed Sniff my red Sharpie to sign it with. I had a plethora of colors on me. But I was like, oh, it's because it's a metallic. That's why it faded so bad. But I have another signature, so it's really okay. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then it was like, wait, I'm signing in italic. And I was like, oh, no. Or metallic. And I was like, oh, no. Like, that kind of sucks. And then, what I'm going to put sealing spray on this. I'm going to put sealing spray on this badge just to keep it, like, from getting super messy. But then Blue and Ink joined me, and I think it was signed in a different color by Sniff. So I think after I met Sniff and they realized that metallic doesn't really hold up all that well, they switched colors. So at the very least, I was happy to provide that information. That was cool. Saw Sniff. We didn't sit down for any panels at all. I don't think. We didn't see any panels. So we basically were walking around, quote unquote, headhunting for people all day. Ran into Hannah. I think I startled Hannah and the person they were talking to, because what happened was, so I was patiently waiting, and somebody goes up to Hannah, and then the person I was waiting on to like go after goes up to Hannah and was like, oh, can you sign my badge? And Hannah's like, yeah, sure, of course. Goes to sign, and then realizes that she doesn't have a Sharpie, and the person doesn't have a Sharpie. And she's like, oh, shoot, like, does anybody have a Sharpie? And I was standing there, Sharpie in hand, and I go, oh, I do! And just like, whoop. And I think I startled them both, maybe. But they're, oh, sweet, thank you. So, like, they showed. And then I was like, so it was a black Sharpie that I handed her. And then I got it back, and I was like, all right, cool. And I went to go put it on. I was like, wait. And I pulled out my red Sharpie, and I was like, sign it with a red because you're a rose. And she's like, oh, that's so sweet. So I got a picture and a signature. We were walking around somewhere. Saw Puffy. I cannot for the life of me remember if I got a picture with Puffy. I'll have to check. But I got a signature. So no, I think I did. And then I asked, I was like, are you too busy for a signature, or can I also get a signature? So that was fun. Who else was on here? And then we were just walking around some more. And then randomly you saw Ant Frost and Velvet. I can point out ants, but I can't point out velvets. Yeah, so I'm struggling. Please hold. There's Velvet right underneath Rabu. We just like randomly saw them standing there and didn't want to like mob them. So I was like, so we were all like, wait, is that Ant? That's Ant. And I was like, wait, shh, bring the level down. And we just quietly walked over. And I think we kind of startled them, because we were kind of a big group at that point. We're like 6 people. And we didn't like surround them, but we kind of like approached with a purpose. Got picture, got signature. Bilzo and Freddie were there, and we were lined up to meet them. And then like the group before us was when they cut it off. Because Bilzo, like, walked over in front of the line and goes, I'm real sorry, guys, but, like, my blood sugar's dropping. I gotta bounce, gather around for, like, a group photo, and then, like, I have to go. And everybody was like, what is a person to do? What is a person to do? So I think I have a really blurry picture of Bilzo, Freddie, and me, and, like, some people in the background. And then I have a better picture of me and Freddie, but I don't have their signatures because I was like, you go do you. But I ran into Danny again in the line, Danny 7. And I walked over and I was like, hey. Like, I keep meaning to, like, have, like, an actual conversation with you, but I kept seeing... I want to double check Danny's pronouns. Please hold. I'm pretty sure I know what they are, but... Yes, okay. I kept seeing them around and kind of, like, waving here and there. Be like, oh, hey. Oh, hi. But they were standing, and I was like, oh, okay, like, let me actually, like, go have a conversation with Danny. And walked up, and I was like, hey, like, how you doing? How's your con? This, that, the other. And then it was like, yeah, it's been really good. I didn't realize, though, that today was going to be a full day of con. So I have a plane to catch at, like, 2 o'clock. And I was like, oh, shit, like, really? So they were basically going to, like, meet Bilzo and then bounce. And they did. They met Bilzo, got a picture of Bilzo, and then fucking took off. And I think so did Aaron, which is the person who helped me in the Rambu line. Because they were also on a plane. I don't exactly know if it was the same plane or whatever the fuck, or if they also bounced right after Bilzo, but I got a picture of Danny, and I got Danny's signature, because I was like, that's super sweet, and I want Danny's signature, so I did. Walked around some more, and then we were going downstairs, and I saw, it's like, there was a... Okay, let me explain the downfall of the day. Like, let me explain, like, the whole tipping point. Because if you saw on Twitter, I was doing okay, and then I had a breakdown. So we paused at one point, and me and somebody else who was in the group got pretzels. And so we were walking around eating, and I was, like, okay with walking around and eating. Like, I wasn't, like, that's not, like, where... Sorry, hold on. I'm adjusting, and it's taking all of my strength again to do it. So we were, so after, I think it was after the pretzel that I met Hannah, and I had to, like, hand off my pretzel to, like, not have it in the picture or whatever. But we're walking around, we're doing our things, vibing. And then there's, like, a group of people, for a couple of different people, and they all get in, like, the quote-unquote queue to, like, to go see them. And I was like, I'm gonna go sit on the other side and, like, sit down for a second, because I'm really, like, hot. We've been walking around, and we've been walking fast. And Link is a layered cosplay. It's a layered cosplay. There's many bits and bobs on it. I was hot. I was tired, but, like, that wasn't the main purpose. But I was hot, and I was warm. And I was like, I'm going to go sit on, like, the other side of the thing and, like, just eat my pretzel. Like, that's where I'm at. So I sit down, and I'm eating my pretzel, and, like, 2 seconds later, I see the group, and they're talking, like, really excitedly about something, and I'm like, oh, okay, so somebody, like, they either see somebody or they know where somebody's at. Like, I'm already working it out in my head that, like, I need to get up and go with the group. Like, I just sat down, but I need to get up and go with the group. So they just start walking over, I get up, and, I immediately asked, I was like, okay, so, like, who is it or whatever? And they're like, oh, it's like Kuno. And I think I came off really bitchy, because I would just go, I've already seen Saikuno. And somebody I was with, I won't say who, just in case they don't want, like, me to out this, but they just go, yeah, but we haven't. And I think I just sounded really, like, much more irritated than I meant to be. But I go with the group, we get in the escalator, and we're going downstairs to go see Saikuno. And Saikuno's got, like, a long line this time. And I looked at it, and I just felt everything tip. And I told one of the people I was with, I was like, I'm going to go to the arcade. I want to go play that arcade cabinet. Which was true. I did want to go. I wanted to go play Miss Pac-Man. So me and my dad have the little, like, joystick, like, Miss Pac-Man that you plug into the TV and you can play. We have another same thing, but, like, multiple different games. not just Miss Pac-Man, but so we have that. And so when I saw the, like, arcade cabinet Miss Pac-Man, I played it, like, one other day, too. I saw it, and I looked at it, and I was like, I told the person, I was like, I'm gonna go to the arcade. Go to the arcade. Somebody else, right before I get on Miss Pac-Man, gets on Miss Pac-Man. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe if I just, like, get in, like, a line behind them, finish eating my pretzel, and just kind of, like, wait a minute, like, they'll be done. They'll, like, take their turn, and then they'll leave. So I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and somebody texts me. And at this point, I'm going to start using, like, really vague language, because I'm going to be blunt. I was annoyed. I was overstimulated. I was tired. And the way I was behaving wasn't all that great. I was being kind of rude and offstandish, and, like, that's totally on me. I just don't want to, like, say who I was interacting with, just in case they don't want, like, how they responded tied back to them or anything. But somebody texts me, and they're like, oh, like, where are you? And so I explained, I was like, oh, like, I'm in the arcade, like, I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. And they go, okay, great. Second later, somebody else texts me, goes, oh, like, where are you? And I'm like, so I explained again, and I tacked on, and I was like, I have already told blank and blank, like, I'm here. And they responded back, and they're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that they already knew, like, this, that, the other. And I was just like, I didn't feel bad at the time, but now, like, thinking about it, like, I feel kind of really bad for responding in the way that I did, because they were just checking on me. They were just checking in to see, like, where I was at and, like, if I was okay. Like, truly. And I feel kind of bad because I was being, like, really offstandish, and, like, I just didn't want to deal with it. So I walked around the arcade. I played Pac-Man, like regular Pac-Man a little bit, and then I decided, I was like, I can't do this. I need to, like, go sit down. I need to just take a minute and just, like, not do anything. So I went and I grabbed a coffee. And okay, here's the thing. I grabbed a coffee. I grabbed one of those Frappuccino things from Starbucks, like the glass bottle Frappuccino things. Those things barely have any caffeine in it. It's more sugar than anything else. That's what those are. So I grabbed one of those, and I went and I sat down in, like, the downstairs area where all, like, the booths are and stuff. I sat, like, away in, like, a little lounge. I sat on the ground. I was like, okay, I'm legitimately gonna sit here until I feel better. I told everybody where I was at. I was like, hey, I'm, like, downstairs in this area. Like, I'm gonna hang out down here for a little bit and just, like, sit down. I drink my little Frappuccino thing. I like, took off the gloves for a little bit. And I was, like, listening to music for a little bit. And I was listening to Eleanor Rigby, the Cody Fry cover of it, on repeat. I was like, so I was listening to regular, like, music in general, and then, like, that song came on, and I was like, that's the song that I'm gonna repeat right now. So I start to feel a little bit better. I'm like, okay, I feel better. I feel okay. It's gonna be okay. So I head up to Artist Alley. I head over to the Artist Alley, and I'm walking around, and I'm doing okay. And then I'm not gonna name this instance. But something else happened. Something, like, outside of Twitchcon. This wasn't a Twitchcon thing. This was, like, something outside of it. Something else happened, and I was like, I'm gonna either have a panic attack or just, like, a normal breakdown or something. Like, I went from being okay to, like, not being okay again. And I was like, I can't breathe. Mind you, I'm, like, wearing a binder. So it's like, I can't breathe. I'm gonna go sit down. I thought I was okay. I'm not okay. I'm going to go sit down. So I went outside to go sit down in the cabana. And I'm sitting there, and I'm, like, trying to breathe. I'm trying not to cry in front of everybody. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just, like, trying to breathe and, like, not burst out into tears. And then I'm like, okay, I know, like, I feel like I'm gonna cry. I'm going to start crying. Like, I'm gonna start crying. I don't want to cry. Okay, I don't want to cry in front of everybody. I don't want to cry in front of everybody. So I get up. I'm doing my best to, like, stop myself from crying. I'm doing my best to just, like, hold everything and just, like, make it to the restroom, make it to the bathroom, make it to somewhere private private. And I'm like walking. I'm speed walking across this fucking floor because the only bathroom that I knew of was on the like. So it's Artist Alley in the meet and greet area, an outside area, and then you go back inside and it's like more rooms and stuff. The only like restroom that I knew of was like on the side of Glitch Theater and in that area. So I am beelining it, and all of a sudden Kai comes up to me. And Kai was so sweet, and I am also double checking Kai's pronouns, but I'm pretty sure they are she there. But I just want to double check this. So Kai VMC, and mind you, I have been like in and out like talking with Kai here and there because I keep being like, wait, like, where were you? Like, I want to talk to you. Like, wait, I gotta see you. Like, where are you at? Like, I want to see you. This, that, the other. We're trying to meet up because we met at VidCon. So we were trying to meet up again, like, the entire weekend. And so I am speed walking. And all of a sudden, Kai comes up. He goes, like, hey, like, are you okay? And then they, like, I think, I don't know, I don't know if they were just, like, double confirming or, like, what happened. But they're like, you're bucking air space, right? And I was like, yeah, I am. And at this point, I'm already, like, I hit tears, and I'm, like, I can't speak anymore. And she's like, are you, like, obviously you're not, but, like, are you, like, okay? Can I help you in any way, shape, or form? Like, are you okay? And I'm already tearing up about it again. And I was like, I'm okay. Like, I'm not gonna, like, cut and bust. But oh my god, like, I need to, like, I was like, I flat out told Kai, I was like, first off, like, hi, oh my god, I'm so sorry that you had to run into me like this. Like, I'm so sorry that, like, we've been trying to run into each other, and then you run into me, and I'm having, like, a full-blown, like, breakdown. I was like, I'm headed to the bathroom. Like, could you please come with me? And Kai's like, of course. Like, let me just text my friend real quick, and then, I don't even think she waited to, like, text her friend. I think they ended up texting their friend when we were already in the bathroom. So we take off when we're walking. We like passed by a water fountain. Do you want to stop for like water or anything? And I was like, nope, I've got a water bottle. So we're like, okay. So we make it into the bathroom, and I like stop in front of like the first like mirror like counter thing I see, and I am put my bag down. I took my gloves off. I took my mask off, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like trying to just like calm down and breathe. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Like, it's fine. Like, I really don't want to do this. You know? Like, I don't want to do this. And I'm, like, patting my face. Like, mind you, like, all 3 days, I only did makeup up here. And I didn't do any makeup down here because I was going to be wearing the mask. And I figured, like, it was not worth it. So I'm, like, patting my face, like, my makeup's not ruined or anything, it's fine, it's whatever, but I'm, like, patting my face, like, trying really hard not to go from, like, a couple tears here and there, like, sobbing, to, a couple tears here and there, like, sniffling, to, like, full-blown sobbing. I'm, like, trying to, like, prevent that already. I pull out my water bottle, I drink the rest of my water, I'm taking deep breaths. Kai walks away for a second, comes back with, like, a wet paper towel and a dry paper towel, and she's like, here you go. I'm like, oh, thank you. So I calm down, and I, I just calm myself down, and I talk with Kai a little bit. And I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure you just go by Kai, because it's Kai VMC. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you just go by Kai. I really hope that's correct, and if it's not and you see this, please correct me. So I'm calming down, and I'm chit-chatting with Kai, and she's like, oh my god, like, I love your costume, and I was like, thank you so much. Like, I made most of it, and, like, it's really cool, and this, that, the other, and I told him, I was like, oh, like, I was going to see the cosplay contest, because I told him, I was like, this was originally, like, my entry for the cosplay contest, and I didn't get it. She goes, oh, and I was like, no, like, trust me, I did not have a snowball's chance in hell of getting in. And they were just like, okay, so we were talking back and forth, and mostly, I think Kai was just trying to distract me from, like, everything else. She was like, you know, like, what was it kind of thing? Like, hey, like, you know, like, was it just, like, everything, like, a combination of a lot of stuff? And I was like, yeah, it was partly a combination of, like, a lot of, like, little things throughout the day. And then like the one like big instance that just like set me off, like set everything in motion. Like a huge shout out to Kai, and I thank them like on Twitter. I thanked them in person a million times, and I like DM'd her, and I was like, I'm so sorry that I've been trying to meet up with you, and then you meet up with me, and I'm crying. Like, I'm so sorry about that, but thank you so much for like going with me. Like, I really appreciate it. You helped so much. And they were just so sweet, and we got a picture. We talked a little bit like about the con in general, and we talked, and we had like a good conversation. We got pictures together, and Kai signed my badge. She was sweet. She was like, did you like, she's like, are you like close by or anything? And I was like, so I was, but what we were doing was Ink's mom was gonna drive us back today. So like at like 6 we were gonna get picked up, and we were gonna drive like the 2 hour ish back to like our area. So we didn't have a hotel at that point. It was past 1. Ink's mom had already checked out of the hotel. We didn't have a hotel. So like I like didn't really have like a place to like super escape. So I'm sure if I had texted Ink's mom being like, hey, can you please come pick me up early, like I'm not doing well, I'm sure she would have, but I'm also sure that she would have pulled Inky and Blue, and I didn't want to do that to them. But Kai was like, did you, like, I'm super close, like, I'm 15 minutes away, like, did you want to, like, come back to my hotel, like, it's a mess, but, like, you know, it would be fine. And I was like, that's really sweet, but, like, no, I'm okay, and also, like, I'm here with people that I should probably go meet back up with. And Kai was like, oh, like, that's that, okay, like, that totally makes sense. So I calmed down, I put myself back together, and this was the motion of the gloves. I put my gloves back on, is what happened. My Sheikah slate back on and everything. So I put myself back together, and we walk out, and I thank Kai for the millionth time, give him a hug, and we separate ways, and I go back to the group. And that's when we were just kind of like walking around seeing more people. We walked around, we saw more people, and then nothing else happened, really. We were walking around, we saw people. So I went to a booth that was selling GMSMP art, and I think it was the only booth there that was selling GMSMP art. I think like almost 100% they were. I brought them customers because I walked up and I was looking at it and I was like, ooh, like I kind of want these 3 things, and I'll show you the things right now in just a second. We'll do a little like miniature haul. I was like, I kind of like really like these 3 things, and the person who's working the booth goes, all 3 for $15, and I'm like, I know that for a fact that I have $15 cash on me right now. I have 3 $5 bills. It's like sold. So I got them, and I went back to the group. So I got them before the group. I got them, and then I had the breakdown. But I got them, and I went back to the group. And I walk up, and they're like, oh, like, what do you have? And I'm like, oh, I got this. And they're like, oh, really? Like, that's GMSMP stuff. And I was like, yeah. Like, there's, like, one booth that has it. I bought them 2 other customers. And in the process of bringing them 2 other customers, I bought 2 other things. I spent so much money at that booth alone. Fucked myself over. But, so, let's get on to all the, like, the little trinkets that I got and, like, the artwork that I got. And then I'm going to wrap this up and go take a shower because my hair is, like, really dry and dead because I jumped in chlorinated water without rinsing it out afterwards because I didn't have any shampoo because I didn't think that my hair was going to be getting wet. Sorry, that was really fast. So, and I feel really bad because I'm not going to be able to say specific names when it comes to any of this stuff. So if you somehow see this clip and you are the person who gave me the item, please, sorry, I'm adjusting and I don't want my fucking tailbone to kill me. If you are the person who gave me the item that I'm showing in the clip and this somehow sees you, please, please, please let me know because I would love to properly say thank you. Oh, fuck me. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm trying. Okay, listen. Okay, there we go. So, I got a vial of blue from a super awesome Ghost Fur cosplayer. the cosplayer like called us over and was like, "Can I get a quick picture with you?" We were like walking somewhere. We were walking to get into the line of the Food Beast panel. They like called us over. It was me and Ink. So we were in Sapnap and Carl. And she's like, "Can I get a quick picture of you?" And we like looked and we're like, "We have somebody in line, so like it's fine." I gave a fire keychain, and they gave me some blue. It's like wool in there. This slaps. Like, even as like not a Dream SMP thing, this fucking slaps. Somebody else gave me this handmade wooden mushroom. I am in love with this. I love this so much. Like, and clearly, like, if this was also handmade, you know? I'm in fucking love with this. I'm in love with it. Sorry, my backpack's, like, right underneath this desk here. It's really heavy. I knocked down my headphones. It's really heavy. But I need to pull out 2 bags. I don't think I have anything on the top of my backpack that's gonna dox me. No. My backpack also low-key smells like beer. And, like, I have a good explanation for it. I went down to the hotel lobby after... So we went and got in the jacuzzi, and then we were walking back from the jacuzzi. And I made the, like, haha funny comment. But it wasn't really a haha funny comment, because I bought my ID down specifically for this reason. I was like, oh, I wonder if the bar is still open. And I went to go check. The bar was closed, but they had some liqueur in like a little like area. So I walked over and I was like looking at everything and I was like, I kind of want to drink. Just to like fuck around and have a drink. I saw this beer. So it's nitro, which is a type of coffee. Peanut butter, and it's a beer. And here's the thing, I do not like beer. I have found a grand total of 3 beers that I like. One of which is a pool hall exclusive that I can only get at that pool hall. 3 beers that I like. But I saw this and I really liked the bottle. So I kind of was like, I want that for the bottle. So I got it and I drank it and it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. Got a drink for the bottle. Now my backpack smells like beer. But I wanted to pull out these. What the fuck did I knock over? I wanted to pull out these bottles because I wanted to know if I put any more of like the handout stuff that I got from people in here. Oh, no, that's the Twitch. So these Twitch bags were actually like genuinely kind of cute. They kind of fucked. I kind of like them. I kind of like them, chat. I kind of like it. It kind of looks cool. Oh shit. Why would you? Please hold. I got this for free. And I know it's from something Dragon made. I know this character, but I've never seen the show. I got it for free because I followed somebody I followed the artist on Instagram, and then they were doing a wheel spin for if you follow, so I followed and I did the wheel spin and it landed on a free button, so it was cool. Somebody gave me, for the life of me, I don't remember who this was, and I feel bad because I think it's also somebody that I was hanging out with. Somebody gave me this, and it's all, like, You Matter cards and, like, cute stuff like that and, like, little stickers. But there's a worm on the string in there, and I'm so happy because I love worms on the strings. I bought myself a dice tray. Because we passed by the thing, and I saw, like, leatherworked, like, D&D stuff, and I was like, I don't have a dice tray, but I should get one. So I got myself a dice tray. We'll go over that in a second. Oh, there's the Minecraft swords that Blue was handing out. I got myself this. It's a little bowl of ramen that says below me. I got a gift for a friend. I got this from the same D&D group. or the same D&D seller. It's a token. I got it. I don't know why they gave it to me, actually, because it was I think you can like free roll a d20, and if it lands on the 20 you get one, but if you buy something you roll with inspiration, so you roll twice. And I failed both rolls. My first one was a 14, my second one was a 9, so I did terribly, but they're like, you can have one anyway, so I got one anyways. That was cool. It was fun. These are little stickers. One is a gift for somebody, and I got Majora's Mask and Kiki's delivery service. That's that. Okay. I thought I had to put something. Oh, this is another like free thing. The George HD, like the George God cosplayer, gave that to me. I spent way too much money. 100% I did, and I am fully aware of the fact. Basically, I was managing my money off of the idea of how much do I need to give my dad for rent, and if I still have enough money in my bank account to be able to do that, and then also like get to work and stuff, then I'll be okay. So I'm gonna talk about this very, 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 very briefly. I got this item on day one. It was right after the Dream SMP panel fiasco. Right after the Dream SMP panel fiasco, we went to go walk around the loot cave. We were walking around the loot cave, and somebody in the group made a very excellent point that they don't want to give Twitch any more money, especially for this shit show. However, I saw these, and I really liked this, and I said, that's really cool. So I said, I'm gonna walk around with it and decide. And I decided. But people were surprised that I decided, if you catch my drift. That's all I'm gonna say on it. I got the illustrator for the webtoon Clinic of Horrors had a booth. And I got it. It's so cute. So this is part one of the things. This isn't the first item that I bought. This is a second item that I bought. I got all 5 of the Feral Boys as like cats, and Wilbur TNT. And I think that's everything up there. So let's get on to the actual like big artwork. So I spent so much money on my artwork. First and foremost, a poster of Samurai Champloo, because I very rarely see stuff for this anymore. I have one watercolor painted picture that I got from Anime Expo, I think Anime Expo was when I got those, because they've been up for forever. They weren't from Classicon. I have one of Jin and Mugen fighting, and then this will be the only other like actual merch or like thing of Samurai Champloo I own. It was my first anime that I ever watched, and I am deeply, deeply in love with it. If you watch it and you come talk to me about it, I will love you forever. But then I have a ton more. Ink gave me these. This is fun. Should I start with the small ones? Yeah, let's start with the small ones. So, I paid 3 separate times. I literally had to like tell the person, I was like, you fucking got me. You got me with the Dream SMP shit. Like, you got me. So, George. And then Sapnap. I am going to go to their, like, Twitter or whatever the fuck. Did I just lose the sticker that says our name? Oh, you gotta be fucking... No, it's in there. I'm gonna go and see if they have a dream of this. Because if they have a dream in this style, I want it to complete the set. They're getting more money out of me if they have it. But they also had this one. And it's Carl in the in-between, and I thought it was really cute. And then I turned... So I was, like, looking at it, and I thought that I had seen everything. And then I looked, and I saw something, and I was like, okay, last fucking purchase, I swear to God. But it's a Filza. And I was like, I want it. So I got it. I was basically at that point working off the mindset of, you just had a breakdown, treat yourself. And treat myself I did. A little too much. Okay. So this next one that I'm going to show does have exposed titties. So I'm going to only, like, bring it up on screen for a second or two because I don't want to get fucking banned. It's all artwork. It's all fine, Twitch. It's not real. But I really love it. It also has a little bit of a naked butt. I saw the artwork and I was like, I really fuck with that. That's cool. So it's this. That's really cool and I loved it. I saw a Skull Kid with Tattle and Tail. And I was like, I want it, so I got it. There are... Is this double-sided? No, this one's not double-sided. So, I walked into this booth and this person, for the life of me, I cannot remember, like, the character's name. It was something like... It was something like Bitchy Monster or some shit like that. But I walked into this booth and this person is, first off, dressed really nicely in, like, all black and kind of like this, like, morbid gothic set. Think Morticia Adams. So she's dressed really nicely. And I'm already, like, eyeing her book of artwork. And she immediately is, hi, hello, this is my original character, and launches into, like, her character spiel. She's hooked me already. Because, like, first off, if you start talking to somebody, 9 times out of 10, they'll at the very least hear you out because they are too polite to tell you to shut up so they can leave. So she's already hooked me. But also, like, I am already, like, vibing with this entire thing. So I'm flipping through her book. This is the first piece that I got. And this is the second piece that I got. And I just saw it and I really liked it, so I had to get it. So it's Christy Shin. And Horror Series. Point is she like launched into, she had like a whole comic about this like little monster character, and I thought that was really cool. I met another person doing like a video and stuff, and basically it was like, oh, I'm trying to make 100 friends at Twitchcon, like, do you want to be my friend? And I was like, yeah, of course. And they gave me a Pokemon card, and that was really sweet. I already have the card, so like, yikes, but it's fine. So since day one, I think I got this day 2, but since day 1, I was walking past this booth and I kept seeing this. I kept seeing this and it kept catching my eye every single time. So by day 2, I decided, fuck man, like I really want that. That's really sweet. I really like that. So I got it. And then I was like waiting to pay. I turned around and they had a Promise Neverland thing, and I was like, fuck. So I got that too. And that's the end of the little haul. I think that's everything that I got. I'm sure it is. So yeah. I would talk more. So here's the thing. I would talk more about how, like, quote unquote shit TwitchCon was. But, like, beyond, so the only thing that I can really speak to is how the meet and greets for day one went and how the GMSMP panel went. I cannot speak on, like, everything else that was going on. I can't speak about the ableism. I can't speak about, like, anything else like that because I did not personally experience it, and I don't think that it's, I can bring awareness to it and talk about it, like, vaguely and stuff. Not vaguely, but, like, talk about it in general and stuff. But, like, I'm not the best person to, like, talk about it because I don't know, like, everything. And, like, the transphobia shit with Amesy and Crumb's pronouns and stuff like that. Like, I am 100% sure that there's, like, a million and odd Twitter threads about, like, all of the shit that went down at Twitchcon. I'm sure there's a million threads, and if you really want to, like, go see everything, I encourage you to go look for yourself. But as you can tell from my yawn, I'm real tired. My chat box, no, there was never one on the screen. I'm really tired, but I need to go take a shower and, like, somewhat unpack. And then also, like, I need to, like, make myself lunch. I am already missed the mark on making myself cold brew for work tomorrow. Because cold brew requires 12 hours to sit, and if I make it right now, it'll be ready by the time that I'm clocking into work, and I will not be at work to get it. So I can't make myself cold brew tonight, so I guess I'm buying myself a coffee. But I need to, like, make lunch for myself tomorrow, and I didn't fix my bike, so I need to Uber in tomorrow, and then tomorrow I need to fix my bike really badly because I cannot afford Ubering. I don't think that there will be a stream tomorrow just because I'm going to be unpacking and unwinding. Maybe Tuesday, but I think on Tuesday what I'm going to try to do is another Halloween series shoot because I'm a little bit behind on that. And I borrowed Blue's glasses for a certain character, and I would like to return those before they leave. So I think I'm going to do that character on Tuesday. And then I also need to work on the audio drama and not leave it till the last minute like I did this time. I guess. Alright, so with that chat, I'm going to head out. I'm going to go take a shower. I'm going to go kind of maybe unpack a little bit. And then I'm going to fucking pass the fuck out. Alright. Remember, you can tell that I'm losing my voice. Remember to drink some water, eat some snacks, stretch, and remember that you're super, super valid. Alright? Alright. Bye, chat.